All right, hey, how's it, everybody? It is right around 5 p.m. West Coast time. I'm going to call it 2 p.m. Hawaii time, 8 p.m. on the East Coast, and 7 p.m. for our 7 p.m. for our Central Time folk. I'm Mad Statter today, and it is time for Chatter with Statter. It has been a long time. I feel like it's been longer than it should have been, but yeah, it's been a long time. Super stoked we are here today. And for those of you who could meet yesterday at the Secret Squirrel Cinema, so glad you could be there for a league of our own. A league of their own, but now we're here, a league of our own, Chatter with Statter. All right, it looks like we have got plenty people in the house, which is phenomenal. And we've also got a flippin' hype train going. So first off, thank you so much for that. And, all right, so we've got Terry in Scotland subscribing level 2 for 53 months. And we've got me spitting all over the place because I'm so excited about it, apparently. And of course, Terry is saying meow to Ashes, Dusty, and Leo. Puzzycat in the house saying, hey, Tex. Actually, that's not what he said. He said, hi, Tex. Pacola T here, there, and everywhere. In fact, I was going to have a quiz about where in the world was Pacola T, but that's not going to happen this time. Yeah, everything that I downloaded has disappeared into the ether. I mean, I'm sure it's some... I don't know where the things went, but I downloaded them, and now they're somewhere on my computer, but I couldn't find them in order to put them on this stream. So, yeah, there we go. So, if you want to guess where Pacola T is, we can guess, but I don't have any pictures to give you hints. And Puzzycat wondering how Rick and Darlene are doing in the storm. After the storm, well, Rick is here, so that is a good sign, and Darlene is also here. Very good sign. Let's see what they're answering to that question. And it looks like Rick and Darlene have got some gift sub action going on. Probably why we've got ourselves a level 2 hype train going on. Mama Sean in the house on their YouTube side. And let's see here. Rick letting us know that some strong wind and rain for a little, but the real storm was 20 miles south. Very good to know. And let's see here. Terry Gilmore is now moved to YouTube. See, where in the world is Terry Gilmore? Where in the world is Pacola T? Are they the same people even? It's so hard for say. All right, let's see here. And we've got, let's see, Mama Sean, we've got Rick, we've got Darlene, we've got Terry. Terry, who's giving 1,000 biddies, even though every time I see that, I want to say 10,000 because it just looks like 10,000 to me. It's a good thing I don't do taxes for a living, huh? Let's see here. And all right, so Terry Gilmore, it's 2:08 p.m. here. Okay, well, I'm going to go out on a limb and say that Terry might actually be back. Terry Gilmore, that is, not Terry in Scotland. I'm going out on a limb and saying Terry in Scotland is in Scotland. I'm going out on a different limb and saying that Terry Gilmore is in Hawaii right now. But the pictures that I had, they weren't Hawaii. And I was going to share them. I mean, I still will, just not today. So, all right, now that we've got plenty of people here, why don't we get the party started, and then we'll figure out what the flying fork it is we're going to talk about today because I'll tell you why. All right, let's do it. All right, so, Terry Gilmore is not in Hawaii. Well, where else is on Hawaii time? If you didn't see a lot of wheels turning in that brain, you were not paying attention. Oh, Alaska. Okay. I'll believe that. Sounds like a place that she might go. And it sounds like a place that might also have Hawaii time. Fair enough. Look at Puzzycat knowing how to read a map and stuff. On the mainland somewhere, Alaska, says Darlene. Well, you know, all y'all are... If only I had a map which showed me the time zones, this would all be so much clearer to me. But alas, I actually don't have a map for that. Terry in Scotland, Alaska's an hour behind Hawaii time, isn't it? See, I wish there was a map right now. Exactly, Terry. That's exact, Pacola T. But Terry in Scotland, yeah, I kind of thought that Alaska was an hour behind or ahead or whatever off. But then it occurred to me, Alaska is like huge. And it might actually have more than one time zone. And like all of the cities maybe are in one time zone. And when I say all of the cities, I mean like Anchorage, Ketchikan, you know, the big, you know, Skagway, the big ones that are close, you know. But like maybe like what's that one that's way out there? It starts with a B, I think. Yeah, I'm thinking she's on a boat in the Pacific, Pussycat. That's exactly what I'm thinking. And oh wait, do we have, I didn't know that Shock was in the house. Good to see you, Shock, and definitely good to see you, Marianne. Mariana, I mean, we are trying to figure out where in the world Bacola Tea is. She's got the same time zone as... Are you in New Zealand? Is New Zealand got the same time zone as Hawaii? Oh, now I don't have a map. I have a globe, but the globe doesn't tell me the time zones. I'm gonna say she's in New Zealand. And the reason I'm gonna say she's in New Zealand is because she was there earlier, a while back, not too long ago. So that, I'm gonna say, because I don't think Australia absolutely is not the same time zone as, is way behind Hawaii time. Okay. Well, gall dung it. Let's see, I guess, yes, sitting on a boat, but where? Oh, okay, it's warm. Oh, Kahiki maybe, right, all right. Let's see, wait, where, I am not seeing anything that Shock is posting. Oh, here you go, I'm in Raleigh, hold on, I'm in Raleigh, North Carolina, driving home, so I'll be careful and quiet. Yes, that is a good plan. And Terry in Scotland says Galapagos, Easter Island. I don't think Rapa Nui is the same time zone. But what I do know, Terry Gilmore, Moorea within sight of Tahiti, winner Rick. All right. I've never heard of Moorea. All right, you guys. So, all right, you guys. I'm Googling up. Moorea. It's an island in the Pacific Ocean. Yes, it is. But where is it? Okay, it's in French Polynesia. In the Cook Islands, I guess. Kind of near Samoa. Okay, so, all right, you guys, this is broadcast quality right here. I'm going to do this. And then I'm gonna do this. And then you're gonna sit there patiently, hopefully. And then here's what we're gonna do. Only 12,000 kilometers from Tahiti. Well, that's not. Are you gonna swim there? Are you gonna go there for dinner? Are you gonna go there for dinner there, Terry Gilmore? Swimming to Tahiti. And Moonjar Girl, good to see you. We are right now, we were right now trying to figure out where in the world Bacola Tea is, but it turns out she is in a certain spot that is a spot. And so here, I'm going to go grab the thing, but right now you're going to see a black screen, but that's on purpose. So hold on, we're going to do some stuff. Boop. And then we're doing this, and then we're doing this, and then we're doing that, and then we're doing that, and then we're doing that, and then we're clicking here, and then we're clicking there, and then we're going to do that. And there we go. So, there in the world, is Pacola T, roughly, right there. So yeah, I guess there you go. She's south of the equator, but right along where, just 12 kilometers, not 12,000. So like 6 miles. Well, still, you could swim there for a night. No. Obviously, I'm kidding. But yeah, let's see here. This island was the inspiration for the Bali High in movies. I don't know what Bali High is, but I will take your word for that. And yes, Puzzy, she is, I'm assuming, on a cruise ship. I'm going to assume she's not in a rowboat. I'm going to assume she's not in a canoe. And I'm going to also assume that she's not on an outrigger. Double hold or not, I'm going to guess that she is on a cruise ship. And frankly, I hope that she is. And let's see here. The island in South Pacific was Bali High. I don't know what South Pacific. Hold on. I thought South Pacific was a musical. Isn't South Pacific like a play? Okay, it is a musical. And let's see here. You spent yesterday in Papeete. I'm assuming Papeete on Tahiti. Nice, nice. And Rodgers and Hammerstein. Okay, yeah. So I don't know the story, so like I don't even know what I'm asking. So the island that she's on is a real island, but in the musical they referred to that island as Bali High. Is that what it is? No, there's no gonna have to watch South Pacific again. I've never watched it to begin. There's no again. It'd be for the first time. I have no idea. Oh, is that where that song, Gonna Wash That Man Right Out of My Hair, comes from? I suppose we don't need to look at this map anymore. But it is, I do love maps. But, okay, wait, so I'm Gonna Wash That Man Right Out of My Hair comes out of the movie South Pacific. Bali High was the fake island that wherever you're at is real or something. Okay, all right. Sure. Okay. But no, really, Mitzi Gaynor sang it. I don't know who Mitzi Gaynor is. The name sounds familiar though, and I only know I'm Gonna Wash That Man Right Out of My Hair. I only know that from like shampoo commercials, basically. Yep. So, all right, Darlene, you gotta see that movie, MedCenter, and yes, Gonna Wash That Man Right Out of My Hair. Tahiti is the island you're talking about, says Pussycat. No, it's Moorea or what was it? What was it? Moorea or something? Google. Moorea, Moorea. That's the island she's talking about, and so South Pacific actually is a movie as well as a play. Okay, so I guess if it's a movie, we might have to wonder. Yeah, there we go. I don't know if we're gonna watch it if I can't even say the words. So anyway, okay. Sounds like we're going to have to watch the movie South Pacific. Terry in Scotland. If you know a guy who has the hookup on that randomness, you might want to, talk to your guy. And if you don't know a guy who can hook us up with that randomness, then I guess we're not going to watch that randomness. But I do know that this next Saturday, we are going to watch Interstellar. And the reason why we're going to watch Interstellar is because my young friend Tom from the Waku, he is 20 years old. He's the son of one of the owners. and he works there. He's pretty much my input on like what the young kids are doing these days. And he, for some reason, has it in his head that I really, 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 really need to watch on the stream Interstellar. So, to make Tom proud and happy, we're going to next week watch Interstellar because Terry did know a guy who was able to get that movie. And if you don't like it, you can wash your eyes out with Prel. That's exactly it. You got to wash that man out of your hair with the Prel. Because that's the only way you're going to get man out of your hair is with the Prel. That's exactly it. And but first, before we watch that movie, like I said, Interstellar. And just so you guys know who was here last night watching League of Their Own, Tom was secretly watching the movie with us, and he was watching the chat. And Tom, remember, he's 20 years old. The only question he had for me when I eventually got to the bar later that night as they were closing, all he could ask me was, "What is a squiggy?" Now, for those of you who don't know or remember, League of Their Own, there is an actor in there who plays a baseball announcer, and it was the same actor who played Squiggy of Lenny and Squiggy fame on Laverne and Shirley. And so I said to him, "Okay, well, have you ever heard of Laverne and Shirley?" Because he wanted to know what a Squiggy was. So I was like, "Oh, well, have you heard of Laverne and Shirley?" "No." "Oh, okay. Have you heard of Happy Days?" "No." "Have you heard of Arthur Fonzarelli, aka the Fonz?" "No." And I'm just like, okay. And the reason why I went down that path is because Laverne and Shirley, if you don't remember, was a spin-off of Happy Days. And the way Laverne and Shirley were first introduced was Arthur Fonzarelli found them like on the side of the road or whatever, their car had broken down, and he brought them to the Cunningham's house to spend the night so he could fix their car the next day. So that was how Laverne and Shirley was introduced, they were a spinoff of Happy Days. And I know, right, Rick? Exactly. I was like, "Have you heard of the 50s? And yeah. And so he just kept saying, "No, no, no." And so eventually I was like, "You know what, buddy? I have no reference point to tell you who or what a squiggy is." So I had to try to explain to him the premise of the Laverne and Shirley show. And he was like, "Oh, sort of like," and he keeps bringing up all these shows that like came out in 2000 or something. And I'm just like, dude, this is a precursor. Like, no, it's not just like blah, blah, blah. If anything, blah, blah, blah is just like Laverne and Shirley. They were the template upon which all single girls living on their own sitcoms became a thing, right? And so then I was like, okay, well, maybe you've heard of This Is Spinal Tap, Best in Show, Michael McKean. He's the one who plays Lenny of the Lenny and Squiggy fame. Like, he hadn't heard of any of that. And so, needless to say, my whole point is I felt really old trying to explain to him what a squiggy was. Because how do you explain to someone who's 20 years old what a squiggy is if he doesn't even know what the Laverne and Shirley was? And let's see here. Terry, David, hold on. That's right. Forgot about Squiggy in that movie. It was hard to believe him as a sports announcer because all I could imagine was his TV role. Yes, but check this out, as Terry was just throwing down. And I pointed out at the movie last night, actually, after Laverne and Shirley, he became a talent scout, a baseball scout for the Mariners and the Dodgers. Like a real life MLB talent scout. He became one. So it was actually pretty logical for him to be in that movie for a couple reasons. First off, it was a Penny Marshall flick, when Penny Marshall, for those of you who don't know, played Laverne. And Penny Marshall was behind League of Their Own. And so there's already, Laverne and Shirley connections with the movie anyway. And then he actually became a baseball talent scout. So it totally makes sense that, that he would be in that movie. And Milwaukee means mill water in Indian. I don't think that that's what Alice Cooper said it means. And when I say, and I'm laughing because I'm not suggesting that Alice Cooper is the arbiter of all things Milwaukee, but if you guys have ever seen what is that? Wayne's World? Wayne's World had hey Andre, good to see you. Wayne's World had a scene where Wayne and Garth met Alice Cooper backstage at his rock show in Milwaukee. And Alice Cooper was waxing poetical about Miliwake, which is the native tribe word from Milwaukee. And he went on to explain what Milwaukee actually means in the native language. And I don't remember what it was, but it was something like land of sparkling waters or whatever. And whether or not that's true, I don't know. But yes, exactly. But this is the scene where if you ever saw Wayne and Garth saying, "We're not worthy, we're not worthy," that is the scene where Alice Cooper is explaining to them just what Miliwake means. And for all I know, it really could. Pussycat, I have no doubt in my mind that you know more than Alice Cooper knows, okay? I have no doubt in my mind that what you said is actually more right than what a Hollywood movie said. But when you said that that's what Milwaukee means, I just had to laugh and giggle because it reminded me of that movie. Speaking of that movie, hey, Terry in Scotland, do you think you can get your guy to maybe think about getting Wayne and Garth? Not Wayne and Garth. Wayne's World. Yes, okay, that was it. Okay, Goofle says Cooper specifically corrects the pronunciation of the city's name, stating it should be Miliwake, which he claims is the Algonquin word for the good land. He further remarks that Milwaukee is unique as it's the only major American city to have ever elected 3 socialist mayors, a fact that leaves Wayne and Garth in awe before they bow down and declare, "We're not worthy, we're not worthy." Exactly. Now, who knows? I don't know. In fact, Rick, you tell me. Was Alice a little bit was Alice a little bit correct, has Milwaukee, I'm not going to ask about the Algonquin word, who's to say, but the 3 socialist mayors, is that really true? I actually wouldn't be surprised at all, but I am curious if that is actually true. And you pull it up on YouTube and send him the link. What? I don't know what you're talking about, Shock, but I will say, hey, Andre, thank you so much for gifting all of those subs, by the way, Mr. Gifter. Mr. Gifter! And let's see here. Let's see here. Okay, so Terry's going on more about the Squiggy. Lander, a Pittsburgh Pirates fan, had a small stake in the Portland Beavers in '97. He began to work as a baseball talent scout, first for the Anaheim Angels. Oh, okay, not the LA Dodgers, the Anaheim Angels. Sorry, guys. All those teams are confusing. And later for the Seattle Mariners. He was a member for the Society of American Baseball Research and Baseball Sabermetrics Organization. I don't know what that means. For many years. So yeah, he's a baseball head. And let's see here. No Algonquin were around here, says Rick, but local meaning is gathering of the waters. Yeah, that makes sense. No, Pussycat, Pussycat, I am certainly not suggesting that Alice Cooper's lines in Wayne's World were at all historically correct. Not even coming close to saying that. But I am curious about but the gathering of the waters absolutely makes sense. And I absolutely, let's see here, and Andre's coming in. Milwaukee, Wisconsin is recognized as a major U.S. city that has elected the most socialist mayors. The nation, plus one between, 1910 and 1960. Milwaukee elected 3 separate mayors running on the Socialist Party ticket, governing for the city for nearly 4 decades. All right, there we go. So there we have it, Rabbit. Yeah. And yeah, I was going to say, Rick, back in the 20s to the 40s, Milwaukee did elect 3 socialist mayors. I had a feeling it was during that whole, workers' rights, wobbly union era that the socialist mayors probably got on the ticket and got elected. That makes sense to me, at least. But yeah, there you go. All right, so Alice Cooper is one for two. All right, he had one thing right, but he had a couple things wrong. No Algonquin, no the good land, no nothing like that. And Andre, thank you so much for that 1,000 biddies. And also, you guys, I want to thank everybody who sends things via PayPal. I'm never sure whether or not I'm supposed to say your names or not, so you know who you are, and I really appreciate that. And also, I really appreciate all y'all who hung out for the Merry Monarch Festival last weekend. Last weekend, we managed to get away with it one more year. I'm still not sure how. Next year, I plan on doing it again, although I have to say, this year was a little bit tougher than most because the Merry Monarch fell right around the same time as the tax deadline. And this particular year, the tax deadline was a little bit... we did a lot more this year than we did last year, let's just say that way. So it was a little bit exhausting the last couple weeks, and that is why I wasn't here last week in particular and weeks preceding. Last week in particular, actually, I've got a real reason for not being here. But first off, let's read what one theory says when it comes to the Anishinaabe Ojibwe word for Mino Aki, meaning the good land, or words in closely related languages that mean the same. These included the, oh wow, yeah. I'm not gonna read that because there's a lot of words I don't know how to say. There you go. Oh, pull up a link. I see what you're saying, and let him go. Got it. Yeah, I probably should have done that. In fact, if I see him tonight, I think I will do that. And let's see here. The city of Milwaukee itself claims that the name is derived from Manawak, a Potawatomi word for council grounds. Yeah, once again, man, you know you're not from the Midwest when you cannot pronounce their Native American names. You know you're not from the Pacific Northwest when you cannot pronounce the Native American names. I am from the Pacific Northwest. I can, for a lot of the names, pronounce them. Once they start coming up with letters that look like upside down question marks, I don't know how to say that part. But all those words with like letters that I recognize, that was hard for me to say. And thanks, Andre, for that 400 biddies. Let's see here. You think that there's a lot of beavers in Milwaukee who don't give a damn. There you go. I know that, let's see here, Darlene, plenty of beavers on the waterways up north, Pussycat. In fact, this early spring we had one of the trees taken down on our land by a beaver. Nice. Yeah, beavers end up in beavers are oddly present and somehow show up places you wouldn't suspect. A couple years back, a beaver... we have it's called Arbor Lake. And let me just tell you right now, it is not a lake. I mean, I understand that lakes, the difference between lakes and ponds have everything to do with square footage. And so, technically, I guess, this is considered a lake, but it is a pond. It's a pond in the middle of... It's a pond on the side of a freeway in the middle of a neighborhood, okay? And boom... one day a beaver showed up and started chopping down all the trees. And so they had to trap it and like rehome it way out in the woods. But where did that beaver come from? Did he take an Uber? I mean, like I said, it was right by the where did he come from? The sewers? Do beavers hide and travel in the sewers? I mean, it's one thing to have a coyote in the middle, or a fox in the middle of the townscape, but a beaver? I mean, they don't run fast. They generally like water. How? What? I don't get it. And how do you pronounce Puyallup? Puyallup. Do the Puyallup. That's, for those of you who are wondering, it's the Puyallup Fair that I'll be entering for my Spam fruitcake competition. There you go. And yeah, Darlene, there's so many lakes up north of Wisconsin, riverwalk, streams. Yeah, there's plenty of beavers, otters, water snakes. Absolutely. All these things can be found in the wild. But this is a tiny, tiny little, I mean, it's not a lake. It's technically a lake, but it's not. It's a pond. And Puzzy, the only beaver we have in Florida is Bucky's. I would love to have one of those beavers in my neighborhood. I'm not going to lie. I am not going to lie. I would love to have one of those beavers. Maybe not in my neighborhood, but just down the road, I would love to have one off the freeway. And, you know, there's a pond right near the freeway. Maybe they can build it near there. No, I'm kidding. They wouldn't. What's that other town? Tulalip? Tulip Lips? No, it's Tulalip. Tulalip Casino, just for the fun of it. Yeah, it's a Tulalip. They have a casino there, and they have a song all about it. I just sang it for you. And let's see here. We have otters in the Duwamish River and in the saltwater, even though we actually have. I don't know how common it is for river otters and sea otters to share territory, but we have that here in Seattle. And the sea otters are cute as hell, and I don't really mind them. But the river otters scare me, dude. Look, we've already talked about otters, and for those of you who already know me, and Andre already knows, and Andre respects my respect for the otters, because otters are terrifying, okay? They are terrifying. And yeah, ours are, well, the Duwamish waterway is a sort of used to be a river, so it's a freshwater body system. It's a body of fresh water that flows into salt water, so the river otters kind of, you know, go in both. Whereas the sea otters, I don't think that they go up the river the way the river otters do. But the river otters, they are aggressive, they talk, they will jump at you, they will yell at you, they will chase you off the beach. I'm not in the water, I'm just looking at the water, and they will look up and come out of the water and just be like, what are you looking at, brada? You want for scrap? No, otters, I do not want for scrap. And let's see here. Yes, Andre is correct, although Alki Beach is from native language. The way they say it is the English version. Yes and no, Andre. Actually, back in the... Well, no. Yes, now, for sure. The way you're supposed to say it is Alki. Alki, right? But Alki sounds remarkably like, he's an alcoholic, he's an alky, right? And there used to be an amusement park at Alki Beach. I can't remember what it was called, so I'm not going to tell you. But it was a famous amusement park for the time in the era, and at that time people did call it Alki Beach, but the temperance movement, i.e., no alcohol, they started to specifically call it Alki, and slowly but surely the rich people who hated that amusement park, one day mysteriously the amusement park just burned down into the water. You know, it just conveniently disappeared, and we feel, you know, the historic rumor has it that a lot of the rich people who didn't like Alki being called Alki and did not like that flippin' flirpin' thingamabop. Luna Park, thank you, Mama Sean. Luna Park, that they had something to do with it. But there was a concerted effort at some point to absolutely not say the word properly because it sounded like alcohol. And it was during, like I said, the temperance movement. And, yeah, exactly. River otters be like taxi drivers. You looking at me? You looking at me? Exactly. And, let's see here. Uh, all those giant rodents that swim are all a bit scary. I do know the otters are musculid from the weasel family. Exactly. And, you know, Andre, I will sort of agree with what you're saying there, but the capybaras, I don't know if they're considered a rodent or not. I feel like they might be. Because they're like so nice and everybody loves them, I'm not so scared of them. But then again, I've never seen one in real life. So I'm open to changing my opinion on whether or not I'm scared of them. And Darlene, I'm not a fan of skunks. I do like, for some reason, the porcupines we have up north, but they can be aggressive too. Oh, heck to the yuck, they can be aggressive without a doubt. I admit that I am afraid of skunks and porcupines. First off, skunk fur is really luxurious and I kind of want to pet them. But I'm afraid, not because that they're going to hurt me, but because they're going to spray me. And I know that that is sort of silly because it's just like, all it does is stink. Why are you afraid? I am really afraid of skunks because I really don't want to be sprayed. I'm also afraid of porcupines because for some reason, and I don't know if this is true, it's probably not. But for some reason, I have a feeling that if you get close enough, they can shoot their flippin' porcupines out. They can shoot their little spears at you. And I don't want to get close enough to have them shoot their spears at me. And they probably can't shoot their spears at me. I probably have to touch them. But I don't care. I'm still afeared. And yes, a mongoose is, I think, in the weasel family, totally. Terry, do nutrias bite? No idea. We don't have nutrias here. And I have to say, nutrias and capybaras kind of look an awful lot alike to me in my brain. And I have to wonder if they are related. But I'm sure they're not. And yes, hey, that's why the burger place by Alki is called Luna Park. That is exactly right, Andre. Is exactly correct, sir. And let's see here. Yes, nutria can bite humans and pets, causing serious injury with their large orange teeth. While generally shy, they are aggressive when cornered, captured, or protecting offspring. As wild rodents, they carry diseases, so bites should be treated immediately. Whoa, we've got nutria here? Because this is from the Washington Department of Fish and Wildlife. I didn't know we had nutria up here. I had no idea. I thought that was a southern thing. I didn't... All right. So weasels and otters are cousins? Maybe. I don't really know how that whole thing works, but something like that. Yeah. And let's see here. My dachshund Inquana came nose to nose with Porcupine one day. I had to drag her away. That's what those dachshunds are bred for, is to go after those, those little critters, those weasels. That's why they were meant to, that's why they were made. And let's see here. Yeah, I thought nutria were in the south, but apparently nutria found near Lake Washington. Yes, nutria are present in Washington state, particularly in western Washington, and are considered a highly destructive invasive species. They have spread from the Columbia River northward to Skagit County, inhabiting wetlands, lakes, and drainage ditches. They are increasingly appearing in central Washington as well. How did they get here? How on earth did they get here? Okay, that is just bizarre. Did they hitchhike or something? Who picked them up? All right, well, it is, even though it's been a while since we've been here. Yeah, they caught the Greyhound in New Orleans, exactly. All right, well, it is time for our Lono listening break, and I'm going to tell you right now, no. Lono does not have any songs about nutria. I don't even know if he's got a song about a mongoose, actually. But this song's not going to have anything to do with nutria or anything we've talked about. However, I have been missing Andy Bumatai a whole lot lately, so I stole this video from Andy, and it's a song we all know and love, so let's do it.
She's smooth talking, easy walking. I'm just so amazed at how she makes me feel every day. Little bit of this, little bit of that. She's like a cat scratching up my back. She's got her claws in me now. Accidentally, incidentally, I don't know just how it happened. She's got a groove I respect so well. Don't ask me how it started. I was sitting here so broken hearted, looking for a trace that smile she left on my face. That's what she does. 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 She can take a frown, turn it upside down and inside out. She can take a hurricane, make the day all nice again. Lives in reality, been there, done that, 1, 2, 3. She can please a man and a few women too. Free and single, likes to mingle with the best of the best. What's your position, mommy? Just a little lower now. That's what she does. 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 Wow. Recognize me now, yeah, that's me over there, trying to get a glimpse of that girl, that girl, that. What am I supposed to do? Cause she's moving and a grooving, cooking up a recipe. Even Sam Choi would like puree, puree, gravy, gravy. She serves it up so well, yeah, my appetite is overwhelming. Give me some desserts, huh, baby, make it hurt, huh, and I'll be back for more of that kick and glide. Give me 2 more tens, we're gonna pick it up again. Number 3, you call it, just keep it smooth. That's what she does. 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 When the dance is over and she comes to me so freely with her arms open wide, she's taking me inside. Watch out, thinking that I had it easy. Then she says, oh please excuse me, who is that guy right behind of you? I was in shock, thinking, hey, what's up? I was tossing and turning, then my girlfriend woke me up. That's what she does. 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 That's what she does.
All right, there we go. So even though I think of nutria and capybaras as interchangeable, basically in my brain, They are not. One of them, capybaras, are more related to the guinea pig, while the nutria are more related to other stuff. All right, there we go. Learn something new every day. Yes, a deep dive into nutria. Who I did not foresee that coming as a topic of the chatter today, but chatter scatters in all of the directions, including towards Louisiana and Texas, where you find the nutria. And then they scatter up back here, where you also find the nutria. Who nutria? And let's see here. I told Rick, so basically a water rat, similar to a beaver without the flat floppy tail. Yeah, I guess it's called a swamp beaver for a reason, I guess. Okay, so there we have it. Excellent. All right, so let's see. I can't tell you. 18 states have them. You've got them in California too. Yeah. I suppose really, yeah. Let's round them up and skin them. Not alive, just skin them. Sustainable fur, right? It's an invasive species. It needs to go. So the beavers, no, they don't give a damn about nutrias. That is exactly right. That is exactly right. I've never seen a nutria to my knowledge. On the other hand, unless it flashed its big orange teeth at me, I don't really know. I don't really know if I would know a nutria. I definitely would freak out if I saw it, because I know it's big enough that I'd just be like, what is that big thing? But because I wouldn't know at all what that big thing is, I really don't think it would cross my mind that it was a nutria. Well, I know that it wouldn't, because until just a few minutes ago, I didn't think that those even were in this state. And Terry in Scotland, you're lying. You're lying. You're lying. We had a baby sea lion walk into the Sunset District far from the ocean in San Francisco. Oh, that happens in Oregon, actually. They have found sea lions, in the woods. Now, granted, woods and ocean in Oregon aren't exactly that far away, but still, you don't think when you're hiking on a trail that you're going to run into a sea lion, right? I mean, that is just not... I don't care how close I am to the ocean. If I'm where there are trees and not sand or gravel, I don't expect to see a sea lion. And he was named Irving, the street they found him on. That is so cute. That is so cute. And Andre, I have to wonder, and I'm sure you don't have the specifics, but you did mention he was a baby sea lion, and I understand that for a sea lion, I'm sure everybody had to be a baby once, but how big was this baby sea lion? So I bet you it was the size of a human, even though it was still a flippin' baby, right? I mean, how big was, do you remember what its stats were? Was it, 250 pounds or something? Because 250 pounds for a sea lion is probably still a baby. I mean, sea lions are 800 pounds. So, that's still a little baby at 200. And I just have to wonder, I know that people in San Francisco, are used to seeing a lot of things that other people in other cities might not be used to seeing. I get it. And I know that San Francisco, a lot, it's just let it slide. I'm not gonna cause this. It's all whatever, right? But for real, dude, for real, how did someone not notice this before it got as far as it got? Did people had to have noticed it and just walked on by? It's not my monkey, not my circus, not my monkeys. But how many people saw this sea lion before it was officially discovered? Because I refuse to believe that in a city as crowded as San Francisco, somebody didn't see him. I mean, I don't believe that nobody saw him until the one person that reported him. To all the people who saw the sea lion and did nothing about it, like, what the were you thinking? What kind of cosplay did you think was happening here? What the heck? All right, whatever. And Andre, yeah, okay, now the mountain lion downtown, I totally believe. Well, I mean, actually, I believe the sea lion too. But the mountain lion downtown, like, oh, I'm not going to do anything about that except for maybe call 911. But the sea lion, I mean, well, I'd still call 911. I just really have to wonder. Darlene, I think that he's saying that I don't think he was with his mom. I think he just went out exploring. And by the way, Trail Dust, good to see you. And I think Trail Dust suggested that perhaps sea lions are evolving, and perhaps they're trying to become more land-based now. And Andre, the funny thing was when the news reporter was doing a live broadcast about the mountain lion, and then coyotes are walking through the background. Of course they were. Of course the coyotes were walking through the background. Yeah, and coyotes, once again, not at all surprised to see a coyote in the city. That's normal. They are there. But once again, a beaver in the middle of a lake, in the middle of a city, confuses me, okay? Okay, there we go. And Andre, the mountain lion was on the porch of somebody going home, and they got right back in the car. Yeah, You know what I'd like to think? I'd like to think I would stay in the car. I'd like to think that if I came home and found a mountain lion on my front porch, that I would stay in the car. I would love to think that. But I think we all know that I would die that day because well, he's on my front porch. Clearly he wants me to adopt him. I have a can of cat food for you. Here, let me in my house. Follow me in my house. I'll give you a can of cat food. I'll give you a whole can of tuna if you want. Oh, you want my arm? Oh. Well, I need both arms to open the cans of tuna. Oh, you don't want the tuna. You just want my arm. Okay. Oh, you want my leg too. Oh, okay. And that's what I would... And that's how that would work for me. And let's see here. Yes, coyotes are very gutsy. And probably not the same one, but a massive Steller sea lion recently spotted in San Francisco's Pier 39 is significantly larger than typical, reaching up to 11 feet in length and weighing as much as 2,500 pounds. Adopt that? No, because it's not a kitty. And even though its name is sea lion, it's not a land lion. If it was a land lion, I might want to adopt. Nice, Puzzycat, you got your coyotes howling for real. Nice. And so one of our trained responders at the Marine Mammal Center joined officers from the San Francisco Police Department and San Francisco Recreation and Parks Rangers during the early morning hours of April 16th in responding to a California sea lion pup found out of habitat near 48th and Irving Streets in San Francisco. The young male pup, now named Irving, was safely corralled into a carrier crate graciously provided by the Ocean Avenue Animal Hospital and transported to the San Francisco Parks and Recreational something. And no, I would not ride the sea lion, nor would I ride the cougar. But I would want to scritch its ear and maybe use a little burper, little boop of news. I want to boop its snoot. I got to give it a little snoot boop. And then, and how did she die? She booped a snoot. That's how she died. She said, psst, psst, let me pet you, and booped a snoot. And then she died. It's all right there. It was foreseen and foretold in the pages long before she was born that she will die. So the sea lion fit into a dog carrier, I guess. I'm guessing that it was not a dog carrier. See, I didn't read that as a dog carrier. I read that as... Oh, wait, they rescued a sea lion, 10-month-old. Oh, just 40 pounds. Oh, that's not that bad. Which is half the normal weight expected for a pup of his age. Oh, I wonder if he was, like, abandoned by his people because he wasn't right or whatever. No, I read it because it was I thought it was like a marine. I read it different, but now that I see that he was only 40 pounds, yeah, he was a baby. I mean, he was a baby. And since he was underweight, it sounds like, I have to wonder if he was, like sick and confused, and I have to wonder if maybe, how sometimes wild animals sort of like, oh, you're not going to survive, so we're not going to spend any energy trying to make you survive. I wonder, I mean, I don't know. Do sea lions do that? I don't know. And let's see here. Terry in Scotland coming in with how to tell a sea lion from a seal. And sea lions have visible external ear flaps called pinnae on the side of their heads, which distinguishes them from true seals that only have small ear holes. These flaps are small, point downward to prevent water from entering and allow sea lions to hear well both in air and underwater. There you go. And let's see here. Rick, Irving's size reflects his status as a malnourished independent forager who had recently strayed from the ocean and begun foraging on his own. Got it. Okay. All right. And Hasey, yep. All right. Let's try that one more time. Hasey Honda, good to see you. That was better than the first time I tried to say that. We're talking about sea lions right now. We were talking about capybaras. Did you know that we were also talking about nutrias? Did you know that California has nutrias? Do you even know what a nutria is? Nutrias have orange teeth. And they're a big watery rodent. And let's see here. Early Thursday morning, San Francisco park rangers found an unexpected visitor outside of on the streets of Outer Sunset, a 10-month-old California sea lion pup. So did this literally happen this year, just a few days ago? Oh my God. It's likely that this youngest came ashore at Ocean Beach. We're not 100% certain why it would have made its way up a stairwell, crossing the streets or whatever. That is so weird. Up a stairwell. Well, I wonder if he smelled some good grinds. It's like, oh, someone's got some Ono fish up there, smoking some good fish. I want to eat the fish's fish. And, let's see here. Young California sea lions, especially in the first months, in this case of foraging on their own, have really quite an uphill challenge to try and find food sources. It's not necessarily uncommon to see younger malnourished sea lion pups that haven't taken to developing these important skills out in the ocean to wind up in areas that would seem out of habitat. Irving is only 40 pounds, half the normal weight for a pup of his age, according to Rue. I don't know who Rue is, but what I do know is, no, you did not miss the food talk yet here, Pussycat, or not Pussycat, Trail Dust. Sorry about that. Yeah, he's trying to hunt the land. There you go. No, you didn't miss the food talk. And I do have a little bit of random food talk. Nutria sounds like an energy drink. It kind of does, actually. Okay, you guys. Maybe since the sea lion was starving, you might be starving too. And if you are starving and you have rice at your house, you can make cereal, apparently. And apparently, Mama of Josh and Mama thinks that this is more nutritious than the stuff that you buy at the grocery store. Now, I'm not sure it's more nutritious, but I do think that it could be fun to try and make it. And I don't know, have you guys ever tried to do this? First off, before we watch this little video, we want to thank Josh and Mama for countless videos that we've watched here. If you're not familiar with Josh and Mama, they're from, I'm going to say Florida or somewhere maybe, South Carolina, North Carolina, I'm not quite sure. The South. They are from the South. You will not argue with me once you hear them speak that they are from the South. And Mama... Josh has made a YouTube living off of videoing his mama cook what Mama cooks. And Mama cooks some of the strangest things. I mean, first off, her pineapple salad, her pineapple cheese mayonnaise cherry salad is one of the best things that she makes, apparently. It's pineapple and mayonnaise and cheese and cherries. Yeah, so some things that Mama makes, I don't know if you'd want to make. But this one, I don't know. Let's try it. Let's do it.
Well, dang. Oh,
Okay, there
it goes.
There you go. Yes, they're getting bigger.
That's it.
Whoa.
That's it. That's it.
Stop it. Are you serious?
It worked.
I can't believe that.
See how fast it gets this time. Come on. Come on.
There you go.
Oh!
That was so fast.
Okay. Come on. Come on. Come on. And you can like hear when it finishes. Ow! It got me. Oh! It got me.
You okay?
Wow!
Look at that.
Look. Now how you eat them?
Like cereal.
Oh, is it cereal?
Rice Krispie treats. Stop it.
Yeah. Might as well. Is it popping?
Snap, crackle, pop.
What? What?
It's cereal.
I bet this is so much healthier than like cereal you get from the store. Because
Probably.
it's rice. It's only rice.
And you know what? This bag was only $2 for this whole bag.
Is it good?
Yeah, it's good. It tastes like the real thing. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I agree, Pussycat. That is a lot of work for a bowl of cereal, but here's the thing. You can, I mean, have you seen how much cereal costs these days? It's practically like $5 or something just for a box of Rice Krispies. And so you could probably, I mean, yeah, okay, it's going to take a minute to make them, but you could make them probably, I mean, it is actually probably cheaper in the long run to make your own. I have to say, I do want to try one of those. I do want to try making some, next time I boil some oil to deep fry something, I'm gonna do at least a little test run of that. You don't do cereal. It's never a big fan of cereal. Yeah, I do enjoy cereal. I enjoy cereal too much, so I don't really allow myself to have it because it's really not good for you. But like I said, I would like to give that a whirl. And lots and lots and lots of people do cereal. And like Mama said, you know, that little bag of rice is only $2, which actually is really expensive for that. You can get a lot of rice for a lot of cheap, and so you could make a lot of Rice Krispies for $5, basically, I guess is what I'm trying to say. However, I don't care, I don't care what Mama or Josh thinks. Anything with that much sugar in it is not going to be healthier for you than what you buy at the store. Mama loves some of that sugar, doesn't she? That was a lot of sugar. Don't get me wrong, when I eat Rice Krispies, plain Rice Krispies, yeah, I put a lot of sugar on them. Mama, that was a lot of sugar. Even by my standards, that was a lot of sugar. Oh, yeah. And Pussycat, you eat Captain Crunch a lot in the morning. Oh, lucky you to be able to eat that in the morning. That stuff is so sugary and it hurts my mouth so much. But I'm not gonna lie. Right, Andre, I could never eat Captain Crunch. It always cut my mouth. Exactly. Captain Crunch mouth is a phenomenon called that for a reason. But I love, and this is sort of gross, but I love letting my Captain Crunch sit just a little bit or a lot bit, so then it's soft on the outside, but it still has a crunch on the inside. So it's sort of the best of both worlds. You don't hurt yourself, but you still get the crunch. That's how I like to eat my Captain Crunch. Granted, I haven't eaten God, I can't even remember the last time I ate Captain Crunch. But if I were to eat it, that's how I would eat it. You could try to make Spam Rice Krispies. You could make your own Spam from Lake Washington Swamp Rats. No. I have no desire to make my own Spam. I've seen homemade recipes for Spam, and much like Pussycat said about the cereal, it's an awful lot of work for some canned meat. I'll just let Hormel do that. I will just let Hormel do that. Now, I will say, Terry, I do believe we already hypothesized this as an option. A Spam Rice Krispie treat with real legit Spam, not Nutria Spam. That is on the table for development. We actually already did discuss some options for what other atrocities we can pair with Spam to perhaps have a happy accident. And Rice Krispie treats were one of them. So you might think that you were being, a bit of a smart ass there, but you were actually just being smart. You were just being smart because that is on the agenda. And let's see here. Andre coming in with reality. To enjoy Captain Crunch without mouth irritation, you must allow the cereal to soften in milk for at least 20 to 30 seconds before, oh no, I'm talking like 2 or 3 minutes, man. It's gotta like 20 or 30 seconds, that is such a lie, before eating. The cut is caused by the sharp, hard edges of the corn and oat pieces. Allowing it to become slightly soggy removes the sharp edges while keeping the flavor intact. No, 20 to 30 seconds, that is not nearly long enough. I totally disagree. I mean, I agree with the concept of what they're trying to say, but 20 or 30 seconds, that's still mouth irritation, my friend. That is still mouth irritation. It's 2 to 3 minutes, dude, not 20 to 30 seconds. I mean, unless you've got a harder mouth than I do, in which case, you do you, boo. And yeah, Captain Crunch is sprinkle at ice cream shops. What does that tell you? Yeah, you need to crush it up is what it tells you. But I will say this, Pussycat, Crunch Berries are the best. And honestly, when it comes to Captain Crunch, oops, all Crunch Berries is the best. And for those of you who are my age, you might remember a cereal called Smurf Berry Crunch. It's fun to eat, a Smurfy fruity breakfast treat made by Smurfs so happily it tastes like crunchy Smurf berries. Smurf Berry Crunch is fun to eat. A Smurfy fruity breakfast treat made by Smurfs so happily it tastes like crunchy Smurf berries. That actually was basically Crunch Berries. They called them Smurf berries, but it was basically all Crunch Berries, and it was delicious. It was delicious. And you never had trouble with Captain Crunch, must not be made the same now. Trail Dust, when I had trouble with Captain Crunch, it was like, back in the 80s. So I'm going to go out on a limb and say that you and I probably had experience of Captain Crunch back in the 1900s. And back in the 1900s, it still chafed your gums. And hot milk and let it cool. Andre, that is bizarre and brilliant at the same time. I never thought of using hot milk in cereal. Ever. I can't, I'm not saying that that's a bad idea. In fact, actually, it's opening a whole new world. I mean, can you imagine grape nuts with hot milk? That actually might be good. Talk about something that kills your mouth, kills your teeth, kills your everything. Grape nuts, you can let those things soak for 3 days before they soften up. Um, and let's see here. I get a cup of coffee to feed the fish and come back to eat it. All right, there you go. There you go. And just get some Buc-ee's Nuggets. Oh, I'll tell you what, man. Buc-ee's Nuggets, they're not meant to be cereal, but they might as well be. They're so flippin' good. And Terry Gilmore, I like to drink the milk that had Sugar Pops or Count Chocula soaking in it. Oh, yeah, totally, dude. The cereal milk, it was always good. Always good. No, so Smurf Berry Crunch was like Lucky Charms, only... No, not at all like Lucky Charms. No. Lucky Charms is an oat cereal, a frosted oat cereal that's reminiscent to Alphabets. Basically, Lucky Charms is the Alphabet cereal plus random marshmallow stuff. And as a kid, I hate it. Actually, I still hate them. Lucky Charms are gross. All those little fake marshmallow things, no. Captain Crunch with Crunch Berries. If you ever had the little Crunch Berries in with the Captain Crunch, imagine the Crunch Berries without the Captain Crunch. That's what the Smurf Berries were. That's what Smurf Berry Crunch was. But they don't make Smurf Berry Crunch anymore. The closest you can get to it, which is identical, is Captain Crunch. Oops, all berries. And they're the same things. They're like red and blue, fruity, sugary deliciousness. And let's see here. Do I remember Kamoom? No. Smurf Berry Crunch was a popular post cereal brand launched in '83, featuring sweetened red and blue berry-shaped corn pieces, known for its fruity taste, often turned consumers' poop blue due to the intense food coloring. It was discontinued in '87, and sometimes remembered alongside its successor, Smurf Magic Berries. I do not remember the Magic Berries. And I do not remember my poop ever turning blue with Smurf Berry Crunch. I do know, though, once I ate some Hostess cupcakes that were dyed purple and pink for the Alice in Wonderland Mad Hatter movie with Johnny Depp. And boy, man, I'm telling you, I thought I was a My Little Pony princess or something with what came out of my butt. It was very pretty and disturbing. And Terry in Scotland, I'm currently experimenting with various fruit jams mixed into Greek yogurt. That sounds good. Raspberry jam always works for sure. Gonna try marmalade and lemon curd. That sounds good. And yes, Darlene, I hate Lucky Charms too. Not a fan of marshmallows. Never have. I'm exactly like that. Although I do eat s'mores because a roasted real marshmallow with the chocolate and the graham cracker, I can handle that. But just eating a marshmallow just to eat a marshmallow, that's nothing. I don't examine it, Terry, but when you turn to go flush and you notice a rainbow in an area that normally isn't so rainbow hued, you notice it, okay? And yeah, you definitely should not eat Smurf Berry Crunch before a colonoscopy. No doubt about it. But hey, you guys, speaking of s'mores, and I was talking to a friend about this the other day. Yeah, exactly. It catches your eye when you notice it's blue, okay? It catches your eye. But graham crackers. Graham crackers, you know what a graham cracker is, right? I mean, if you've ever had a s'more, right? You know what a graham cracker is. Has anybody ever made a graham cracker by scratch? Have you ever had a homemade graham cracker? Have you ever heard of anyone making a homemade graham cracker? Can you make a homemade graham cracker? I've never seen a homemade graham cracker. And I feel really weird saying graham cracker over and over and over again. But I mean, like, I really do enjoy a nice graham cracker. And I would think actually like a homemade one might even be better. But do you? Can you? Anyone? Bueller homemade graham cracker. I feel like graham cracker is a name now. Like, what are you gonna name your son? Well, it's Graham Cracker the third. And yeah, edible glitter could definitely make your especially if you have especially if you have Smurf berries or the dyed cupcakes along with the glitter. Then you've got purple poo that has sparkles in it. Exactly, Darlene. There is graham flour on the market, right? And so in theory, you could make them, right? Trail Dust coming with the harsh toke of reality. Dude, we all make them. We just keep it a secret from you. All right. It's a really good secret. You guys are really good at keeping secrets. Are you guys the same ones keeping the secret for the 9/11 secrets? You're really good at keeping the secrets. Let's see here. Where do they harvest grams? Do they grow on trees? I don't know. And Mama Sean coming in with reality. Yes, you can make them, and I used to have a recipe, but I never made them. And they are made with graham flour. I kind of hoped. They have recipes for homemade graham crackers, says Andre. All right. So let's see here. Terry coming in. Homemade graham crackers are typically made with a combination of whole wheat flour and all-purpose flour, since true graham flour is difficult to find in grocery stores. Common recipe. Well, but what if I find true graham flour? Common recipes use brown sugar or granulated sugar, honey, butter, cinnamon, baking soda, and salt, with some variations including molasses, egg, or cake flour for texture. The dough is usually chilled for at least 1 hour before being rolled very thin and baked at 350. To achieve a crisp store-bought-like texture, bakers often score the dough before baking, dock it with a fork, and allow the crackers to cool completely on the baking sheet to dry out. Way too hutsy to make. Nope, gonna make crackers. Fair enough. But I feel like maybe one day I want to try. Now, Andre's coming in. Graham flour is a coarsely ground whole wheat flour named after Sylvester Graham that includes the bran, germ, and endosperm, giving it a nutty flavor and high fiber content. It's used for baking hearty items like graham crackers, muffins, and rustic breads, and should be stored in the refrigerator or freezer due to its high oil content, which can cause it to go rancid. Oh, that's good to know, because if I did buy the graham crackers, I would probably only use a cup of it, and I'd still have the other stuff later. And let's see here. Shock, gotta make sure you get the right one, because graham flour is also chickpeas, and that's spelled without the the AH. Right! That's a good point. And chickpea flour is not the same thing as the whole wheat with the endosperm and the bran and the germ and the whatevers and the whatevers. And why are they called crackers? Aren't they cookies? You know, see, Honda, I have a feeling that has something to do with how they're made. Because, yeah, I agree. I think of them way more as a cookie than a cracker, for sure. But, you know, you got to remember, they are flat, they're dry, they're crisp. They've got that scoring the way a lot of other crackers, you know, break apart to make the thing. I'm thinking it must have something to do with the preparation. Like, because it sounds like, you know, you have to make, I'm guessing that the dough prep for saltines and the dough prep for graham crackers, rolling it thin, scoring it, baking it, drying it on the sheet, I'll bet you all those are similar steps. So I'm wondering if the crackers, sort of by definition, are like dry and crispy, and I don't know, man. Like, I don't know, man. I don't know, man. And Puzzycat, anything else you want to talk about tonight? You better hurry up, because you only got a few minutes left. You might not give it a Graham, or you might not give it Graham. And all right, let's see here. Andre coming in with more things and stuffuses. So, graham crackers are called crackers because they were invented in the 1820s to 1830s by a Presbyterian minister, Sylvester Graham, as a bland, I don't think they're bland, healthy and coarse whole wheat health food intended to curb immoral, lustful urges rather than as a sweet dessert. Oh, while modern versions are sweet, back in the day they probably weren't. And yeah, Bob's Red Mill is exactly where I'd be getting some graham flour if I was to get it. And let's see here. It might be easier to make homemade McVitie's tea biscuits. They are similar to graham crackers. True. Fly, drat, and crisp is how that's how I like my cookies, says C Honda. And let's see here. It depends on where you're from. In France, a biscuit is a cookie, and also in England. True. And all right, Terry coming in. Terry Gilmore, Pecola Tea. What was Mrs. Tollhouse's actual name? I don't know. So for those of you who are unfamiliar with what she's asking, the inventor of the chocolate chip cookie was a woman at this New England restaurant. I think it was probably a hotel as well. And it was called the Toll House. It's still there, actually. And she wanted to make chocolate cookies, but she didn't have any cocoa powder or something like that. So she chopped up a bar of chocolate, and she thought that the chunks of chocolate would melt into the cookie dough while she was cooking the cookies, but that's not what happened at all. Instead, she accidentally invented a chocolate chip cookie. And so I don't know what her name was, but I'm 90% sure she wasn't necessarily related to the Tolls at the Toll House. She was just like the lady who owned it or ran the thing. So let's see here. So Andre's saying the inventor Ruth Graves Wakefield was a college-educated dietitian and chef who owned the Toll House Inn in Whitman, Massachusetts, and her husband, Kenneth. So it was Ruth Whitfield. There you go. And yes, indeedly do, hardtack is a cracker. And you know what else is a cracker? I'm a cracker, apparently, with what my skin looks like and everything. And let's see here. Rick's favorite cookie, homemade chocolate chip cookie. You know what? Homemade chocolate chip cookies are pretty good. I've had some good ones, and I've had some bad ones. But they're almost always good. There's really no such thing as a bad cookie, only a better cookie. Let's just get real. And try Molly's anti-horniness crackers. They're great. All right, so Puzzy was trying to give me a 2-minute warning at like 4 minutes. I was trying to give myself a 2-minute warning, but now it's only 1 minute. And so there we go. Toll House has a much better ring than Ruth Graves cookies. Absolutely. Give me one of them cookies from the grave. All right, so I want to thank everybody who hung out here. For yesterday's Secret Squirrel Cinema, and most importantly, today's Chatter. Hopefully next Wednesday we will have a chatter show. In theory, there's nothing keeping us from it, so I don't see why we won't. And so I'm hoping we can be here. Who knows? If we're not here, there's reasons. But the intention is to be here next Wednesday, 5 p.m. West Coast time, at the usual places. And for those of you who weren't here earlier, next Saturday, we're going to be watching Interstellar. And there you go. So I want to thank the moderators for moderating, because I don't think they needed to, but I'm glad that they're here. I want to thank the biddiers for biddyering, all those donated biddies, the subs that were subbing, all those donated and gifted subs. And most importantly, I would like to thank all of you for chattering away, because I intended to have more stuff to talk about, but I lost them all in my computer. They're somewhere in the computer, and I'll find them eventually. So, Andre, oh my goodness, thank you so much for another 1,000 biddies. All right, you guys, it is the bottom of the hour, and C Honda coming in with the most important question of it all. How's the kittens? The kittens are doing great. Mr. Leo comes in, oftentimes just for ear scritches. He came in the other night, and he sat down, and I had I had a plate of food. I had 3 plates of food. One for Dusty, one for Ashes, and one for Leo. And everybody was eating except for Leo. Leo just sat there. And then after he sat there for a while, he came up to me and he wanted a little ear scritch, and then he wanted to leave. He didn't even come in for food. He just wanted a little ear scritch and to hang out. So there we have it, Rabbit. I think he thinks he wants to be adopted, except for he doesn't. But he can be adopted when he's ready. All right, you guys. We will see each other hopefully Wednesday, 5 p.m. West Coast time. If not that, that's Sunday. No, Saturday, 6 p.m. West Coast time. Interstellar. Be there. Be a feller. Or a girl. All right. See you later. Have a good one.